We are at the hospital because we are dealing with
somebody that you tend to fall in love with somebody else. It's kind of difficult. Is it such thing as loving two people? I don't know.
The internet is spinning out right now, and for good reason. Chris Brown is reportedly losing it after the wild reveal that Karrueche Tran and Deion Sanders got secretly hitched. And if that wasn't enough to shake the room, there's another bomb flying through the rumor mill. Karrueche might be expecting twins. This ain't just some low-key life update. This is the kind of headline that has folks dropping their phones in shock. Chris? Oh, he's not handling this well at all. Word is, ever since people found out about Karrueche and Deion linking up, Chris has been throwing slick shots any chance he gets. Shady comments, cryptic posts, weird likes, it's all there. But now, with the marriage confirmed and baby rumors heating up, he's not just annoyed, he's heated. And fans are watching closely, thinking he's about to spiral right in front of everybody. It's not even subtle anymore. The way Chris is firing off those passive-aggressive posts that just happened to line up with Karrueche's timeline has people saying, oh yeah, this man is pressed, like seriously pressed. Every other day, it's something new, a lyric, a post, a petty emoji, you name it. Let's be real. Chris Brown always finds a way to mention or shade his exes, even when nobody asked. And right now, all signs point to Karrueche being back in his mental space front and center. Even though they've been split for a minute, his reaction to this news just showed everyone that he's never fully let go. A few days ago, things really kicked off when rumors exploded about Karrueche tying the knot with Deion Sanders in total secret. Then came whispers about a possible pregnancy, and the internet completely lost it. Word on the street is spreading fast. And it ain't just about Karrueche Tran and Deion Sanders keeping their romance low-key anymore. Now people are saying they went all the way and got married in total secret. Things really started popping off when fans noticed a little red ring shining on Karrueche's finger, and now everybody's putting two and two together like, oh, they really did it. Social media detectives are out here gathering clues like it's an investigation. Screenshots, timestamps, outfits, you name it. They're connecting everything. And while most folks are living for this unexpected love story, one person is definitely not enjoying the ride. And that's Chris Brown. He's been in a tailspin ever since the whispers started. But now that things are basically confirmed, he's really losing grip. And just when he probably thought it couldn't get any crazier, boom, another insider came forward saying Karrueche is pregnant. And not just with one baby, but twins. Yup. Reportedly, 2 little bundles on the way. Now the internet is in total meltdown mode, and Chris, he's looking like he didn't see any of this coming. Sources are saying Karrueche and Deion felt it was finally time to start a family, especially after everything he's been through health-wise. You remember that emotional clip Deion posted when he shared about his cancer diagnosis? Karrueche was right there beside him through it all. She wasn't just in the background either. She was holding it down, breaking down in tears, being real about how scary that chapter was. And when it came time for surgery, Karrueche didn't talk like it was just his battle. She made it clear it was theirs. She told folks, we're going into surgery, not he is. She wasn't just around. Karrueche was showing up to the doctor visits, checking in with Deion's trainer, and stepping into that ride or die role like it was second nature. She held it down through all of it, playing the part of a real partner without hesitation. And let's be real, that's not something most people do early in a relationship. Most folks take their time, keep things chill, maybe post a hand or a soft launch on Instagram. But with these two, it went straight from private vibes to hospital gowns and emotional breakdowns. No warm-up, no slow roll, just real-life challenges from the jump. And somehow, it made them stronger, like the type of bond that's built through serious storms. And clearly, it brought them very close.
You're dealing with bladder cancer. And he is having his bladder removed, and they will create a new bladder with one of his intestines. And this option was, I guess, the best because it fully removes the cancer to ensure that it doesn't come back.
If you catch the drift, because now Homegirl's allegedly married and pregnant with twins. Whew! But here's where things get even more complicated. A lot of people got opinions about this whole setup. Why? Because Deion Sanders doesn't exactly have the cleanest track record when it comes to relationships. Let's break it down real quick. He split with his first wife, Carolyn Chambers, even though they had 3 kids together. Then came Pilar Biggers Sanders, 2 more kids, and a super messy breakup that had courtrooms buzzing. He even accused her of being unstable and went hard for custody, turning the whole thing into a public disaster. Then came the long chapter with Miss Tracy Edmonds. They dated for 7 years before he finally proposed. And what happened? He called off the engagement in 2023 after over a decade of being together. So when the news hit that Karrueche was the new woman in his life, people were side-eyeing the whole thing. Many felt like she was walking right into a heartbreak trap. But if she's glowing and smiling, fans are like, let her have her fairy tale. Well, everyone except Chris Brown. From the second this relationship hit the blogs, Chris has not been okay. He's been spiraling, and every move he makes lately just proves it. The messiness is growing by the day, and word is, Chris has quietly been trying to inch his way back into Karrueche's life. Apparently, he thought he still had a chance. Now, reality is hitting hard, and it's hitting Chris Brown even harder, because it's clear as day that Karrueche is not checking for him anymore. He's still holding on, like he can just slide back into her life, but she's already moved way past that chapter. And honestly, the fact that he's even surprised is kinda wild, especially after everything he put her through. Let's rewind. Karrueche and Chris first linked up back in 2011, when she was working in fashion and trying to grow her name in the modeling world. They clicked instantly, and by March of that same year, they were already out in public as a couple. Things moved fast, but so did the drama. It didn't take long before the cracks started to show. Within a year, Chris was already back in the mix with his famous ex, Rihanna. By early 2012, the two had rekindled their relationship right in the middle of his thing with Karrueche. That left Karrueche caught in a messy love triangle and facing brutal attacks from Rihanna's fan base. She stayed silent through it all. But the internet? Oh, they were dragging her every chance they got. Eventually, Chris called it quits with Karrueche, but the way he did it had people straight up side-eyeing him. He dropped this carefully worded statement like, "I love Karrueche very much, but I don't want to see her hurt because of my friendship with Rihanna. I'd rather be single so we can both be happy in our own lives." Sounds sweet, right? Except, instead of quietly moving on, he turned right around and released a whole video talking about how he was in love with both Rihanna and Karrueche at the same time. Like, what? That had the internet going wild, and fans weren't holding back with the clown emojis. And guess what? By May 2013, things with Rihanna had already fizzled out. And just like that, Chris came crawling back to Karrueche. And the wildest part? She took him back without skipping a beat. Within just a few weeks, Chris and Karrueche were shacked up again, like nothing ever went down. It was like all the drama got swept under the rug. But of course, history repeated itself. Chris ended up back in rehab, and whispers started flying that he got way too close to one of the staff members while he was supposed to be working on himself. And somehow, someway, boom! He ended up behind bars again. But that wasn't even the worst part. Reports started circulating that Karrueche had finally had enough after catching Chris texting multiple women behind her back. She'd been holding it down, trying to make things work, but he just kept playing games. Their relationship turned into a toxic loop.
Because it was close to his muscle. So yeah, we are here to fully remove the bladder. Yeah.
texting the boys. It's their first day of practice today, and I'm excited.
She'd find out about some new chick. They'd have these explosive, screaming fights. And Chris? He'd go straight to social media throwing low-key shade like he was the victim. And still, somehow, they always found their way back to each other. But all that came crashing down for real when Karrueche found out Chris had cheated again, this time with model Nia Guzman. And this wasn't just some random hookup. He had a whole baby with her. And the craziest part? Karrueche found out just like the rest of the internet, online. No warning, no conversation. Just boom, surprise baby news. That was the final straw. She completely snapped online and dropped a tweet that read, "Listen, one can only take so much. Best of luck to Chris and his family. No baby drama for me. Looks like I'm a single lady again, period." From that moment on, Karrueche started moving different. She cut ties and focused on her bag, her peace, and her career. Slowly but surely, she began rebuilding her life. Bookings, red carpets, real roles on real shows. She even started dating again, keeping things private, but moving forward. But Chris? He couldn't handle it. Every time she popped out with a new man or a new glow, he acted out, throwing slick comments, popping off in interviews, posting weird messages like he was still in the picture. Every time Chris saw Karrueche pop out with a new man, it was like flipping a switch. He'd get instantly jealous and lose all chill. The man couldn't help himself. By 2015, he sat down with Ryan Seacrest, claiming he was finally owning up to his mistakes and taking responsibility for everything that went down. Meanwhile, Karrueche was handling things with grace, doing interviews where she spoke about wishing Chris the best, but made it very clear she wasn't going back. And just like that, Chris got triggered again. He went on a full-blown rant online, clearly mad that she was still being asked about their past. He said, "Honestly, it's so effing pointless to keep doing interviews about me. Talk about your career. If there is no more relationship, then you shouldn't be doing enough interviews with people. I won't let you get the pleasure of prying into my personal life. It's starting to get real weak. You know these ain't loyal?" Yeah, he really said that. But Karrueche, she was not about to let him twist the story or make her the villain. So she clapped back, hard. Her response was all facts and no fluff. She said, "They asked a question, and as a mature adult, I answered. I'm not gonna shy away from something that I lived through. I'm talking about my life and experiences. I'm not speaking on you or bashing you like I easily could. Don't be mad at me because our relationship is over due to your lack of loyalty." And just when you thought she was done, she added one more bombshell. "You know what's weak? You forcing yourself in my car, my broken window, blowing up my phone, trying to shower me with gifts? Man the F up and change that BS in your life like I've told you." Oh, she gave it to him straight. Karrueche didn't sugarcoat a thing, and Chris? He folded quick. Right after her clapback, he went public with an emotional message, admitting that deep down, he was still in love with her. He posted, "I'm eternally thankful for you being a part of my life. I've learned so much from you. I wish you nothing but happiness and the best." At Karrueche, "All I was doing was trying to fight for the woman I love." But even with all that, the drama didn't stop there. Not even close. Things reportedly took a darker turn behind the scenes. Allegations started flying that Chris had begun keeping tabs on Karrueche's whereabouts, sending her unwanted messages, and even bothering her loved ones. It started feeling less like heartbreak and more like obsession, and by 2017, Karrueche had finally reached her breaking point. She decided to take legal steps and filed for a restraining order. In court, she shared that after refusing to return some expensive gifts from their relationship, including diamond rings, Chris allegedly sent messages that made her feel uncomfortable and unsafe. It was a situation that left fans shocked, asking how things got this out of hand between two people who once seemed so close. In her court testimony, Karrueche claimed Chris was making alarming statements, saying things that made her fear for her well-being. She told the judge that around the second week of February, he had reportedly told people things like, "If I can't have her, nobody can." Those words hit hard, and they were taken seriously. She also said there were moments during their past relationship that crossed major lines. Karrueche spoke on incidents where she said she was treated with zero respect, even claiming that at one point, she was pushed during an argument. These weren't just petty relationship fights, this was serious. By the end of the hearing, the court sided with Karrueche and granted her a 5-year restraining order. And while Chris never spoke in detail about the outcome, the damage to his public image was already done. Even though Karrueche didn't file an official police report back then, according to her testimony, all of this went down while Chris was still on probation from that infamous 2009 case involving Rihanna. You remember, that was the situation where he pled guilty to making threats and was charged with a felony. He ended up accepting a plea deal and got hit with community labor to avoid serving time behind bars. By 2015, Chris had finally wrapped up his community service, over 1,000 hours of it. You'd think that kind of wake-up call would have taught him to chill and keep things respectful moving forward. But while he was doing the work for one woman's case, he allegedly started repeating the same exact patterns with someone new. Some habits just don't die easy, and that's why fans were dragging him across the internet. To them, it was like Chris couldn't function without trying to control the people he claimed to love. And once that 5-year restraining order expired, he was right back at it, watching every blog that posted Karrueche's pictures, liking them, commenting on random posts like he was trying to leave digital breadcrumbs. It was giving, "I'm still watching." And he wasn't even subtle about it. Last year, when Karrueche dropped some fire pics looking unbothered and glowing, Chris made sure to hit that like button, just to remind the world, and probably her, that he was still lurking. But the clearest sign that he was still stuck on her came when he got caught up in that little feud with Quavo. See, after news broke that Quavo had briefly dated Karrueche, Chris dropped a song on his 11:11 album that had everybody raising eyebrows. The track, Freak, had a line that was basically a direct shot at Quavo and Karrueche. He rapped, "Okay, no messin' with my exes, ain't gon' make a sequel, sippin' that 1942, cause I don't do no Quavo. Freaky girl said she liked Casamigos, not the Migos." Chris didn't even realize it, but he was out here digging himself a deeper and deeper hole. And Quavo came through with the shovel. On his track, Hotel Lobby, Hall Tender, Quavo clapped back hard, throwing direct shots and letting it be known that he stepped in after Chris fumbled the bag with Karrueche. And let's just say, he did not hold back. Quavo called out Chris's messy history, even tossing around some harsh accusations about his behavior and lifestyle. The lyrics? Brutal. He rapped, "Now the girl gone, she's supposed to be with a thug. Call the girl phone, she won't come home. Don't hurt her, must be the drugs. Need to cross her out, you a plug." Then Quavo really turned the heat up with this. "Tell me, lil bro, what's your issue? What's your issue? It's over a girl? You said it's bigger than that." "No, it's not. It's 'cause I be digging in that. I got him hot. Got him hot. It's giving respect, but I know you not. No, you not. She be on my neck, huh? You missed the spot? You missed the spot?" Fans were like, "Whew, that was personal." Quavo didn't just respond. He went full scorched earth, and everybody knew who he was talking about. He made it crystal clear. Chris was big mad, and Quavo was living rent-free in that man's head. But Chris wasn't done either. On the same album, he dropped a track called Residuals, and it was clearly all about Karrueche. The lyrics? Pure heartbreak mixed with regret. Was it on my mind? She's still on my mind. Did we build it up? Build it up? Just to let it wash away? Tell me, did you love me just to watch me run away? Yeah, he was pouring it all out in the booth. And get this, every time Chris performs that song, fans say he either wears a red bandana or ties it to the mic. Coincidence? Not at all. People are convinced it's his silent tribute to Karrueche, his way of saying, "I still feel this." But to everybody watching, it's giving unfinished business. Too little, too late. And why you still stuck, bro? A lot of fans think Chris's whole red bandana on stage thing is no coincidence at all. They're convinced it's his way of paying tribute to that moment back in 2014 when Karrueche threw him a welcome back party after he got out. She had blindfolded him with a red bandana and led him to the surprise. And now, every time he ties one to the mic or waves it during a performance, it feels like he's stuck reliving that night, wishing he could rewind time. Because let's be honest, Chris put her through it. But now that Karrueche has moved on with an older, richer man who seems to love and protect her, suddenly Chris has a major issue with it. The second he heard about the secret wedding and the pregnancy news, he reportedly lost it. He went online firing off subtle digs at her, shading the situation without saying her name. At one point, he even wrote, "It still pisses me off to this day. I'm gonna pray on it." And if you think that's bad, according to an insider, it's about to get even messier. Word is, Chris has been trying to slide back into Karrueche's life yet again, allegedly reaching out to work something out like nothing ever happened. The wildest part? He even offered to help raise the twins as if she'd just take him back. It's giving full-on desperation vibes. Two of his most famous exes, Rihanna and Karrueche, have clearly moved on, but Chris, he's still circling their names like unfinished homework. From allegedly checking her socials, to throwing subliminals in songs, to making offers nobody asked for, this is a man who hasn't accepted that the chapter is closed. It's giving full-blown meltdown, y'all. Karrueche is finally living a soft life with someone who actually loves and respects her, and Chris just cannot handle it. Fans are watching this man unravel in real time, and it's becoming crystal clear. Some folks just can't stand to see their ex thrive without them. Now here's the real question. Will Karrueche even consider his apology? Or has she locked that door, thrown away the key, and moved on for good? Because from what we've seen lately, she's glowing, booked, and definitely not bothered. But two things are absolutely certain. This feud, far from over. And if Chris keeps spiraling like this, things are gonna blow up way faster than anybody expected. The stage is set, the drama is brewing. And with all the cryptic posts, petty lyrics, and unexpected offers, this is turning into a real-life soap opera with no commercial break in sight. So buckle up, because this story isn't just unfolding, it's detonating. And at this point, nobody knows how wild it's about to get. Tell me, do you think Chris is genuinely trying to make peace, or is this just another messy attempt to reclaim the spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay locked in. And click right here to see what's next on our radar. Because trust me, the tea is still steaming.